Hypocrisy's the best policy. Wish for change but lazily. Century of debilitation. Your evolution is a damnation. Warranties can't fix a heart. Industrialize and drive us apart. What you advertise can't rationalize. Shining a new one fix any lie.
You know what that music means. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Trav, aka 5 Minute Major, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 11 of the HVpucks podcast, powered by Capiche.com. I'm proud to say this is the only independent outlet dedicated to covering the sport of hockey in our region. I've said it numerous times before, the hockey season is the ultimate grind. So this week, I want to know what Hudson Valley hockey players do to relax, unwind, recharge, and have fun when they're away from the rink. As far as what I like to do to relax, recharge, and have fun, I like to read, I like to listen to music, watch TV or movies with the family, watch NHL hockey, and more importantly, try to incorporate regular exercise into my daily routine. This usually involves me being in bed by 9 p.m. at the latest during the week. As my alarm goes off at 4 a.m., I eat, get dressed, get to the gym at about 4:45 in the morning for an hour workout. And this becomes more important during the high school hockey season because from late November until mid-March, I'm always chasing a game. Hey, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back after this.
Hello there, this is Happy Gilmore, and you're listening to the HVpucks podcast, available for free download on Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Now back to the show.
Now let's get right into the dump and chase. This week, I asked Hudson Valley hockey players what they do to relax, unwind, and have fun while they're away from the rink. And here's what they all had to say. Andrew Sholzenko said, "It's hard to find free time away from the rink between practice and being a student, but I like to relax and recharge by playing other sports and hanging out with friends and teammates." Evan Kama said, "I go out for ice cream or to B-dubs with my friends." Harrison Freed said, "When I'm away from the rink, I try to get to the gym or go for runs. Just do something to stay sharp and hang out and chill with friends and my family." Patrick Flatley said, "When I'm away from the rink, I'm either with friends, doing schoolwork, or sleeping. LOL. Willow Barnes said, "Definitely nap a lot." Alex Graff said, "When I'm away from the rink, I like to snowboard, play with my dog, play Xbox, and hang out with my friends." Stephen Apicella said, "I play a lot of lacrosse when I'm not at hockey and also play pond hockey with my team at the pond right near our school." Brett Hansen said, "Listen to music, eat healthy, and watch TV." Jake Leally said, "I usually have travel hockey games, but when I don't, it's a light workout and just hang out." Sam Giroux said, "I usually go skating at my teammates' makeshift rink or shoot pucks in my backyard, listening to music." Grace Lunder said, "Hanging out with friends or watching Netflix." Will Dodge said, "I would probably say that my favorite way to relax away from the rink is to listen to music." Chris Abate said, "I like to play the guitar." Will Brunner said, "I usually hang out with friends, eat, and play video games." Harrison Gdansky said, "I usually play video games or sleep." Ryan Cohen said, "What I do to relax and recharge when I'm away from the rink is honestly watch hockey. Watching NHL hockey is something that makes me think about the game, and I feel like I always learn something new that can help me out on the ice." John Briggs said, "Actually, when I'm away from the rink, hockey doesn't really stop for me on my free time. I love watching sports, mostly hockey and soccer, and when I'm not watching sports, I enjoy spending time with my family and friends." Aiden O'Connor said, "Away from the rink, I play baseball almost every day, but mostly in the summer. During the winters, I like to play at the pond and hang out with my friends." Christian Kupani said, "What I do outside of the rink mostly consists of homework and studying. Occasionally, I'll go snowboarding with a few of my friends on a snow day like today, or hit up one of the local ponds and get a game going. Mike Halper said, usually hang out with my family and friends. Brandon Semino said, I try and sleep as much as I can. Always out driving around, hanging with friends, and lots of Xbox. Chris Cromwell said, to relax, I usually take the positives out of the last game and go on my phone and see what else is happening in New York high school hockey. I look at the scores and stuff. I try to absorb as much info as I can about every team and search up on the next team we'll face. I'll also go out and eat with my family or friends to relax and recharge and let my body heal and get prepared for the next practice or game. Matt Malone said, I like to hang out with my friends and make sure my legs and body are ready to go when it's game time. Giancarlo Di Lorenzo said, most days I go to the gym and sometimes I go out with friends and just enjoy life. Kieran Vargas said, I usually hang out with some teammates or go to other school sporting events. Tommy McCarron said, I like to hang out with my friends, play pond hockey, or just hang out with them and have fun. Ryan Schelling said, when I'm not playing hockey, I'm usually working on things to get better, and I enjoy playing lacrosse. John Gormley said, we like to have pasta parties and play pond hockey. Matt Lotto said, play video games, and if it's cold enough, I like to go to the ponds with some of the guys from the team. Trevor Gagliano said, I like to play NHL and spend time with friends and family while watching hockey on TV. Sam Seltzer said, I spend my time studying. I have a lot of extracurriculars. I play with my dog Jessie, and I love to play lacrosse and wakeboard. You're listening to the HVpucks podcast, and we'll be right back after this.
It's all we know, but we're not the same. No, we're not tough, so we can't think. We're just two shadows living in someone else's shadow.
You know, one of the things I enjoy the most about hosting this podcast is when I get to sit down with players, coaches, parents, and fans to talk pucks. This week, I chatted with Sam Seltzer, senior goaltender for the Scarsdale Raiders. Enjoy. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Trav, a.k.a. 5 Minute Major, and I'm pleased to be joined by Sam Seltzer. Sam is a veteran of the podcast. This is his second appearance on the show, and I really do appreciate him taking the time out to chat with me. I know he's got a game this afternoon against Rytown Harrison. Sam, thanks again for coming on. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing real well. Can you tell us a little bit more about your Shutout Cancer Initiative? You know, I read about it early in the season. I tweeted about it, and it looks like there's a lot of goalies in Section 1, and not just even in Section 1, but in other areas that are on board with you.
Mm-hmm. So about 2 years ago, my aunt passed away from breast cancer, and it was in the middle of our hockey season, and I had to take a couple weeks off and go to California to be with my family. And so this being my senior year, I wanted to harness the power of Section 1 hockey and the community that we're in. And we started the Shutout Cancer Initiative. And so we made little helmet decals that we sold to any Section 1 goalie, and goalies actually from other areas have bought them, some too. And that gets you involved in the initiative. And then once each shutout you get, $25 is donated to the foundation. So far, we have over 25 goalies on board. There's been over 15 shutouts. And through donations too, we've raised over $2,000 so far.
That's amazing, Sam. Again, that just shows certainly the power of the hockey community. It's an excellent cause. I am very sorry to hear about the passing of your aunt. But again, it sounds like you're taking that tragedy and you're, flipping it into something positive to certainly spread the word and shine a light on certainly a huge issue in our society. I ran into your dad recently at MSG, and he was chatting with me about how you do some work with some special needs children. Would you mind talking a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, so since I was a freshman, I've been involved with the New York Raptors. They're a special needs hockey team run out of WSA. The kids range from 5 years old all the way up to 40 years old. Basically, they have any type of mental disability from autism to Asperger's, Down syndrome. And we practice with them once a week on Sundays. They have games on the weekends as well. And it's just a great experience because we could really learn a lot about ourselves from helping the less fortunate and people that are mentally challenged. And it's a really great community that we have there.
I think it's another phenomenal initiative and program that you're involved with, and again, stick taps out to you for the good work that you're doing, and again, showing that the power of hockey, the power of our community. So Sam, a couple of questions I asked you from last year. Certainly, what's your favorite thing about playing high school hockey now that you're a senior? Looking back on your career and getting ready to move forward to the next chapter in your life.
One thing that I know you were talking about earlier is travel hockey versus high school hockey. And I know high school hockey is just the fans that show up, the school spirit that's at every game. That's just one thing that you can't find anywhere else. So that's my favorite thing.
I would have to agree. I was at the game last night between Mamaroneck and North Rockland. There was about a minute to go. The puck is just sitting there in the crease, and Eric Dunn hammers it home, and the place went nuts. And again, you're not going to get that. You're not going to be able to replicate that in some random tournament in Massachusetts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, wherever you're going. So I get that the competition and the skill level at the travel, level is different. But as far as playing for your friends, your family, your community, I mean, there's no duplicating what you get, at the Ice Hutch, at Sporto, at Homics, pick the rink. So absolutely. Do you have an embarrassing on-ice moment that you can share with us, Sam?
Of course. Basically, on my travel team earlier this year, I was fielding the puck behind the nets. I passed it, and I passed it to the wrong team. Passed it straight to him, and the guy just put in the empty net, so that wasn't very good.
Oh, that is certainly embarrassing. Hey, it looks like the Raiders are starting to round the corner. Can you describe your team in 5 words or less for us?
We have potential.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in my opinion, whether it's high school, whether it's college, whether it's the pros, you build a team from the net out, and certainly this goes without saying that the Raiders are in very capable hands with you. I've had the opportunity to watch you for the last couple of years. I'm looking forward to coming and watching your tilt next week against Suffern, and I think I'm ending the season with your game against New Rochelle, so it'll be a couple more opportunities for me to see you during the regular season before the playoffs begin. What are your thoughts on the season so far, Sam?
We're a resilient team, I'd have to say. We didn't have our first game until middle of December, and since then we've won some. We won 5 in a row, and then we just recently dropped 2. We're looking to get back on track tonight against Rytown Harrison, and we have just kind of formed a new culture. After we got a new coach last year, we've really been working to form a new culture and be united as one under that new coach. Right.
So, I mean, again, whenever you get a new voice behind the bench, there's going to be some growing pains as you learn a new philosophy, new systems, but again, I like that your philosophy, it starts tonight with your game against Rytown Harrison, one shift at a time, one period at a time, one game at a time. You guys definitely are a resilient bunch. You have the skill set. So let's just, take it one game at a time and see what happens. And what's next for you? I mean, I'm not asking you to make any surprise announcements about commitments, but certainly I would imagine you're looking at, at some schools. You've probably, got your applications out there. Are you looking to play, maybe club hockey next year at the college level?
Yeah, wherever I go, I'm going to be playing club hockey. Okay. That's a certain thing. I actually got the third from my first choice, so I'm just going to be waiting to hear back from in April.
Okay. All right. Well,
but right now I have lacrosse. I got looking forward to that.
And that actually leads into some of my final questions for you. And I know, in looking at your Twitter page, you certainly have a picture of you in action playing lacrosse. So that's certainly your favorite sport to play besides hockey. Favorite professional hockey player, past or present?
Past is Eddie Jockman. Present is Henrik Lundqvist.
Okay, let me ask you now. This is a little bit off script, but, now you play the game. I've never played the game. I've been very honest with everybody about that. What are your thoughts on the team and in particular Henrik Lundqvist? Like, in my opinion, he's probably playing the best hockey of his career since signing that massive contract. Unfortunately, the team in front of him isn't playing as well, and it looks like he's starting to show more of his frustrations in like his outbursts, his body language. So again, as someone who plays the position, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that position, Sam. I'm certainly not going to mince words. What are your thoughts on what you're seeing from your favorite player at this point?
I think it's that a goalie can kind of make or break a season. If the goalie starts playing well, the players will start playing well around him, and he just has to keep on doing his thing, and the players will kind of follow that lead and hopefully join in.
Okay. All right. We'll take that as an answer. And favorite professional hockey team, I'm going to assume, is still the New York Rangers. That's correct.
It is.
Excellent, excellent. Sam, I really do appreciate you taking the time out. I'm hoping to, again, have you on next year for my Where Are They Now segment on the podcast. I've had a few former Hudson Valley players, and I certainly would love to add you to that list, as it's been an absolute pleasure watching you play. And season's not over yet. I think there's still some big things to come for the Raiders. So again, thanks again. Tell your folks I said hello, and I'll see you next week at the Hutch for your Tilt Against Suffering.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care. That's Sam Seltzer, senior goaltender for the Scarsdale Raiders. This is your boy Trav, and you're listening to the HVpucks podcast.
This is Brian Riley, head hockey coach at Army West Point, and you are listening to the HVpucks podcast, available for free download on Google Play, iTunes, and SoundCloud. Now, back to the show.
As the 11th episode for Season 2 comes to an end, it's now time for Stick Taps, where we honor, recognize, and acknowledge individual players, coaches, teams, or hockey-related events and charities. This week in particular, a number of individual players reached the 100-point mark, so please bear with me as I go through Stick Taps because they all deserve equal recognition. Stick Taps out to Adam Page, one of the hockey coaches for the St. Mary's varsity hockey team, on being named to the U.S. Paralympic sled hockey team. This will be Adam's third time, and I want to congratulate him and wish him and all of his fellow Olympians all the luck in bringing home the gold medal. Stick Taps out to the E.O. Smith-Tolland Bucks hockey team, who made a pledge this year to support the Jacob Roger Poulin Foundation through the Score for Jacob campaign. Fans can pledge a dollar amount for every Bucks goal scored this season, which will directly benefit the foundation and its many charitable endeavors, including building a park in Jacob's memory. For more information, you can visit www.jrpf.org or follow @BucksNation1 on Twitter. Stick Taps out to junior forward Hunter Pemrick of the Christian Brothers Academy in Albany, who set a new school record for the most goals scored in a 3-2 win over Saratoga on Saturday, January 13th. Pemrick scored on the power play to bring his goal total to 55. Stick Taps out to Lakeland coach Nick Crouch on earning his 100th career win in a 3-1 victory over Clifton on Saturday, January 13th. Stick Taps out to senior defenseman Sam Swingruber of the Burnt Hills Boston Spa hockey team, who joined the 100-point club in a 1-0 win over Shaker Colony on Saturday, January 13th. Stick Taps out to senior goaltender Thomas Kampf of the Central Regional Hockey Team for his unbelievable play in the crease on Saturday, January 13th. Tom saw 71 shots and saved 68 of them for a save percentage of .958 and led his team to a 5-3 victory over Manalapan. And on Wednesday, January 18th, Tom made 54 saves in a 9-1 loss to Marlborough Homedale. Stick taps out to junior forward Freddie Bruto of the Manalapan hockey team for joining the 100-point club in a 12-0 win over Lacey on Monday, January 15th. Freddie had 2 goals and 2 assists in that game. He is also closing in on setting a school record for the most points by a varsity hockey player. Keep it up, Freddie. Stick taps out to senior forward Brett Schneider of the St. John Vianney hockey team, who joined the 100-point club on Tuesday, January 16th, in a 5-2 win over Monroe. Stick taps out to junior goaltender Cameron Cousinar of the Rush Henrietta hockey team, who made 47 saves in a 3-1 loss to Penfield on Tuesday, January 16th. Stick taps out to senior goaltender Kieran McNellis of the Red Bank Catholic ice hockey team for making 36 saves in a 2-0 shutout win over Rumson Fairhaven on Tuesday, January 17th. Stick taps out to senior captain Mason Jenny on being the 3rd player in South Brunswick history to reach the 100-point mark. Stick taps out to junior forward Emma Faso of the Amherst Clarence Sweet Home Girls varsity hockey team on joining the 100-point club after scoring a hat trick in a 6-0 win over West Seneca Hamburg Eden Girls varsity hockey team. Stick taps out to junior goaltender Adriana Harmon of the West Seneca Hamburg Eden Girls varsity hockey team, who recently set the Girls Federation Hockey League record for saves in a game with 69. She also made 52 saves in the 6-0 loss to Amherst Clarence Sweet Home on January 18th. Stick taps out to freshman goaltender Dylan Gorski of the Lancaster Iroquois Depew girls varsity hockey team, who made 62 saves in a 4-3 loss to Frontier Lakeshore Orchard Park girls varsity hockey team on Thursday, January 18th. Stick taps out to sophomore goaltender Grace Harrington of the Monsignor Martin girls varsity hockey team, who made 62 saves in a 2-2 tie versus the Kenmore Grand Island girls varsity hockey team on Thursday, January 18th. I've got to start paying more attention to what's going on in that Western Girls Hockey League because they are absolutely killing it out there. So stick taps out to all the young ladies that play the game. Stick taps out to senior forward Tyler Edholm of the Sweet Home varsity hockey team, who reached the 100-point club after scoring 2 goals in a 2-2 OT tie versus Williamsville East on Thursday, January 18th. Stick taps out to senior forward Alex Cavalluzzo of the Parsippany Regional Ice Hockey Team, who scored 2 goals and had 2 assists in a 4-3 win over Park Regional Hockey on January 18th, and now has 89 goals and 61 assists for a total of 150 career varsity points at the time of this recording. Way to go, Alex. Stick taps out to junior forward Blake Corbett of the Mount Olive hockey team, who earned his 100th career varsity point by assisting on the game-winning goal in a 3-2 victory over Mountain Lakes on Thursday, January 18th. Stick taps out to the Oswego Buck hockey team for hosting a teacher appreciation game versus Fort Ontario on Friday, January 19th. The ceremony started at 6:15 with puck drop set for 7 p.m. at the Anthony J. Crisafulli Ice Rink. The Bucks are also holding their 2nd annual First Responders Night on Thursday, January 25th against Fulton. The ceremony will start at 6:30 with puck drop set for 7 p.m. Stick taps out to junior forward Brandon Laspina of the Somers North Salem Sabres for joining the 100-point club in a 6-3 loss to Greeley on Friday, January 19th. I was actually at the rink yesterday, and I watched Brandon add to that total. So again, stick taps out to him. Stick taps out to Red Bank Regionals sophomore goalie Mitchell Quinn for making 44 saves in a 2-0 loss to Freehold Township on Friday, January 19th. Stick taps out to Coach Nick Borman and his staff on their 100th win since taking over the Suffield Granby Windsor Locks Wildcats program after defeating Housie 3-1 on Friday, January 19th. Stick taps out to senior goaltender Amanda Alto of the Northfield Mount Herman girls hockey team for making 47 saves in a 3-0 loss to the Phillips Academy girls hockey team on Friday, January 19th. Stick taps out to goaltender Harry Devaney of the Cranford Cougars hockey team for making 45 saves in a 7-0 win over Randolph on Friday, January 19th. Stick taps out to senior forward Bobby Welch of the Liverpool hockey team for registering his 100th, 101st, and 102nd points over Thousand Islands on Friday, January 19th. Stick taps out to the Scottsville Ice Arena, the Rush Henrietta and Churchville Chili hockey teams, who hosted a cancer benefit for Colleen Varney, a Rush Henrietta hockey mom, on Saturday, January 20th. Immediately following the Rush Henrietta game, there was a special open skate, and 50% of the proceeds at the skates, will also be donated. Were also donated. Stick taps out to the Marist College Red Foxes for hosting their first annual Hall of Fame induction ceremony on Saturday, January 20th. The alumni game was set for 10:30 a.m. at the McCann Ice Arena, followed by a lunch and a Hall of Fame induction. And the afternoon ended with a game between Marist and Wagner College at 4:15 back at McCann. I know the Red Foxes did win that game, so stick taps out to them on a great weekend of hockey for everyone. Stick taps out to the Williamsville North varsity hockey team and the Clarence varsity hockey team for sponsoring a teddy bear toss on Thursday, January 25th at the Northtown Center. Puck drop is set for 7 p.m. Bears can be purchased for $5 at each high school, and the proceeds will benefit crisis services for suicide awareness and prevention programs. Once the Bears have been tossed onto the ice, they will be collected and shared with a local children's hospital. Stick taps out to both the Carmel Rams and the Mayapack varsity hockey teams for hosting a Carmel Pack Hockey Fights Cancer game on Friday, January 26th at the Brewster Ice Arena. There will be a bake sale, chuck-a-puck, and a 50-50 raffle, plus much, much more. Puck drop is set for 9 p.m. with all proceeds going to benefit Community Cares, a local organization aiding families with children whose parents are undergoing a major medical illness, such as cancer. Stick taps out to the Manalapan ice hockey team for organizing a clothing drive fundraiser. The team will be collecting new or gently used men's, women's, and children's clothing, shoes, purses, belts, bath and bed linens, and stuffed animals on Saturday, January 27th. They can also accept bicycles and baby strollers. For more information, you can contact Christine Brudo at Brudo MHSC Hockey at gmail.com. Again, that's Brudo, MHSC Hockey at gmail.com. Stick taps out to the Byram Hills varsity hockey team, who is hosting their 6th annual Pink the Rink game versus John Jay at Brewster Ice Arena on Wednesday, February 7th at 4 p.m. Your boy Trav will also serve as guest in-house DJ and public address announcer throughout the afternoon, with all proceeds benefiting the breast cancer division of the American Cancer Society. There is an assist benefit game scheduled for Saturday, February 10th at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in Poughkeepsie. Puck drops at 3:30 p.m. For more information, to purchase tickets, or to donate, please visit www.benefitgames.com/MHCC/. And if you know of a player, coach, team, or hockey-related event or charity and would like them to receive stick taps in the future, please tweet me at TravJack71 using the hashtag HVpucks. This is your boy Trav, and you're listening to the HVpucks podcast. I'll be back with some of my final thoughts after this.
What's happening, y'all? It's your boy, Stephen A. Smith, and y'all listening to the HV Podcast, available for free download on Google Play, iTunes, and SoundCloud. Now back to the show. Hey, Travis Jackson, holler at your boy.
As the horn sounds on the 11th episode of Season 2, I want to let you know some of the topics for this season's future podcasts. Someone wrote in and wants to know which team has the best locker room. Someone else wrote in and wants to know which team has the best merch. I also want to do a history of Hudson Valley hockey with Stefan Vallis and Mike Schoenbach. The two of them have a tremendous amount of knowledge about the history of the sport in our area, and I look forward to sitting down with them in the near future. And I've mentioned this before, but I definitely want to interview some of the players. There's a devoted group of guys that play hockey every Tuesday night. for the last 44 years. The game is referred to as Hockey Night in Katona. So stay tuned again for some player interviews in a future episode. I have been in touch with someone from that group, and I definitely plan on getting out to Katona probably once the season is over. And if there are topics that you'd like me to address on the show, please tweet me at TravJack71 because I do this podcast for you each and every week. You know that there's a Where Are They Now segment on my show. So any former Hudson Valley high school hockey players, feel free to tweet or DM me at TravJack71. If you want to come on, you can join the likes of Tommy Spiro, Jackson Schultz, Russ Mazzaro, Sean Gordon, Sean Benson, and Anthony Caruto. I also have a segment entitled From the Trainer's Room with Jessica, which will focus on athlete health, safety, and nutrition with Jessica Lappy, who is the head athletic trainer for Tappan Zee High School. And before I sign off, I want to thank my beautiful wife Marisol and my two daughters, Juliana and Kayla, for their never-ending support, love, patience, and understanding, because our family time takes a hit during the hockey season as I, look to bring you action, from as many games as possible. You can find me on Twitter at TravJack71, on Instagram at 5_min_major, and on Snapchat at 5_min_major. And if you like the music you've heard throughout the show, check out the EP Broken Walls by Fracture, which is available on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. You can also find them on Twitter at Fracture_band, on Instagram at FractureOfficial, Fracture Band Official on Facebook, and www.fractureofficial.com on the web. This is your boy Trav, aka 5 Minute Major, and I'll see you at the rink.